Today we shall explore the role of influence in leadership success. Hi, I'm Subrata, a performance leadership coach. Here I simplify performance and help leaders, professionals and entrepreneurs achieve their goals. If you find my post interesting, kindly click on the like icon and share the post and your views in the comment section below. All of us would have come across managers who keep complaining that somebody does not respond to what they are saying because they don't report to them directly. In fact, some of us may have complained ourselves. I have done that. When we have this complaint, what are we talking about? Our influence, our powers, or our authority? These three, influence, power, and authority, are normally spoken of as interchangeable, but they are not. Hence, let us explore all three to get a better understanding of what influences and how does it impact leadership success. When I convince somebody to act in a way that he would otherwise not have acted, it is influence. When this ability is backed up by my ability to punish or reward for doing what I want the person to do, is power. When this power is clothed in legitimacy, we get authority. They are interconnected concepts. The differences are subtle but important. From a point of view of exercising power and authority, authority is the simplest. Power is a little more difficult, and influence is the most difficult. As our definitions say, authority is something which is legitimate, and in that respect it is different from power. Power is more informal. As it is informal, it is difficult to manage power. Hence, use of power, which is not legitimate, is always discouraged. So what is it that brings legitimacy to our ability to punish or reward? When we look at legitimacy, it has two legs on which it stands. First is legal constitutional, which means it comes with a position which is legally constituted. It could be the Prime Minister of India, it could be a manager in the organization I work. There is a legal basis on which a person has been appointed. It gives him or her a set of decision-making responsibilities and the sanction to take those decisions. The second leg on which legitimacy stands is charisma. The most effective leaders are charismatic. Charisma is in one way an influence, but it also is an ability to create a pull from the people around him to take his view into account or to give him the space to influence their views. It is influence, but in a wider context. In management parlance, we more prefer to use the word influence. So if there are two managers holding the same position, having the same responsibilities to take decision, two may be very different in terms of their influence. And because of that, the authority that they exercise is very different. A person with a high level of influence will have a much higher level of authority to carry his decisions through the organization. My mentor, Mr. Khanapurkar, used to always tell that great leaders are people who are able to segregate their influence from the responsibility and powers that come with the position they have. Yes, once in a while those powers has to be exercised. But when it comes to taking work, they rarely use or take refuge under the powers they have. They create a situation where people do the work because the leader is telling them to do. They see the leader as somebody who is their friend and they can rely on. And he used to further say that whenever a manager uses his responsibility to reward or punish an employee to get his work done, he will increasingly find that his authority is slowly disappearing. Yes, we do have to exercise that power once in a while at the appropriate time, but they have to be necessarily exceptions. In the statement about the manager who was complaining about someone who does not listen because he or she does not report to him, is clearly operating from using that power to reward or punish. Such leaders are unlikely to be very effective in achieving the objectives that they have. So, to summarize, our ability to influence married with our responsibility to take decisions creates a pull among the people with whom we are working to execute our decisions. It goes to the core of good leadership. Our inability to be that influencer or to effectively influence people to carry out the responsibilities that have been assigned to them by us is a sure sign of a leader who needs to act and strengthen his influencing skills. The mere awareness that managerial effectiveness depends on our ability to act from our influence than from the authority of the position we hold makes a leader work on the influencing skills. The missing lever always is our ability to influence. The moment we start influencing, we start creating the pull that people have to follow our lead and to deliver on the results. Thank you for viewing my videos, and I request you to like and share the post. Thank you and bye till next Wednesday.